One.
Good evening and welcome to the Templeton, Mass Board of Health meeting. It is 7 o'clock on March 25th. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh. All right. So let's start with reviewing the minutes of February 26th. Did anybody have any questions?
Nope.
They look good to me. I'll make a motion to accept them.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all in favor. Thank you.
I need to sign.
Yep, I'll get that down to you.
The second one is the barn inspector introductions and nominations positions in Templeton.
Okay.
You want to approach?
Come,
Oh, okay.
Hither.
so with us tonight, we have, and correct me if I say your names incorrectly, we have Sarah Cadden, Kristen Salerno, guilty, and Cassandra Tompkins.
Yes. Hi, how are you? I'm good.
The three of these lovely ladies come recommended and through a contract with the town of Winchendon. And they technically work for Chief Bennett through the town. Anything that comes in comes through our dispatch and gets farmed out to them through there. I do call them occasionally for different things. Kristen did a check for me on a dog on Berry Road where the person is soon to be evicted, and I was worried that the dog was going to end up staying there. So we'll still check that out after she's gone. But you are actually the nominating authority. And in the past couple of years, because of the contract that we signed with the town of Winchendon, I haven't been bringing it to you for nomination. So going forward, we will now come back before you each year just to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. And I don't know if it's right or wrong,
Okay, I know.
to be honest with you. I just don't. But this is your opportunity. If you have any questions for the ladies, to feel free. I know you guys are now in the building over at the DPW. Do you love it?
Oh,
Good, because it really has kennels and,
Yeah.
right, and heat. Does it have a bathroom yet?
No.
But it's going to.
Yes, it's in the works. We're very grateful.
Okay, good, good.
Okay.
Uh, It is, it really is.
No, there wasn't a facility in there, so. Okay.
So just to be sure, I had pulled the information from the Department of Agriculture's website, specifically animal health, and it did list Cassandra, Kristen, and Sarah for 2/23/24.
Okay.
So they were properly processed last year.
And you guys do the barn inspections and all that good stuff?
That's correct.
Just out of curiosity, when you go to a property for a barn, what are you looking at? And I know it, don't just say the barn, because we know that part.
No, because sometimes there isn't a barn.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even if they have one chicken, we have to do it.
okay. Now what are you looking for exactly? Just so that if anybody that's online or that's listening, so they know if what to look out for.
Any
Yes,
diseases, making sure they're well cared for, hygiene,
Safety.
make sure everything's up and the animals are, like Sam said, safe.
okay.
Heated water buckets in the winter and all the other purpose of that, of course.
They
is
actually
to-
don't have to have heated water buckets.
That's what. But anyway, also the purpose of that is also to get a census of the animals for the town. as well.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
They also check for it to make sure they're fed and have water.
Yeah, you don't want to see emancipated animals or anything like that, but I was just curious, so if somebody sees something and they call. What are they looking for? I'm not saying everybody should be looking at everybody else's animals, especially if they don't know what they're talking about, but. Yeah, so that was all. I was just curious as to what, what that would entail. That makes sense.
What would be the
Good question.
procedure if you saw something in question?
Well, if somebody has a complaint and wants us to do a
Oh.
wellness check,
No,
that
some,
type of thing.
No, if you were going for
For the regular
routine-
barn
regular
Yeah,
barn
you can-
inspection and you saw
Yeah.
something
yeah,
that
you saw something
wasn't
that,
quite right. What?
So it's,
what happened?
we like to, it's ideally a surprise visit.
Mhm.
But we can't just go on the property. We, make
Right.
sure somebody's home. We say,
Okay.
explain who we are and, say we're doing the barn or animal inspection. And if they're available, great. If they're not to do it, then we schedule something else, afterwards. Some people do need to be called ahead of time and they'll tell us and ask if we can schedule it, which is fine too. So.
When I was doing barn inspections, there are quite a few people who don't want you in with their animals. If you've already been doing other inspections
Mhm.
because they're afraid of what you're gonna bring in
right,
to their animals.
Mm-hmm.
Our truck is equipped with booties and
Right.
proper PPE.
Okay. I
and
see.
if you see something you don't like, do they correct it? Do they get
We give them an opportunity and time to correct the problem. We tell them what
what you
what needs to
suggest?
be, fixed.
Other
and-
resources for them, say, for example, there's a ton of people with chickens in town.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are, I've got a tomato plant and a chicken, I'm a farmer. And they're. So that's an exaggeration. So, is there a set of resources you guys can apply, like, not so much handout or put them in the right direction?
Educational material.
Yeah,
that's
or at
not
least say,
great.
okay, you know what, call it, go on the website and look at this, and maybe this will help you better understand what your animals should be doing, or,
Personally, for me, I learned a lot from other farmers.
okay, so you would
And
just pass that along and say, hey, listen, that's all.
I saw this on a barn inspection. It happened to work great.
Yeah, okay, great.
Or we do have annual animal inspector meetings, so from other inspectors as
Oh,
well, we
very
pass
cool.
things back and forth.
And all three of the ladies have attended the last sessions that they had. Um,
Do you
I've-
always wear something that identifies you and do you have credentials that you can show them?
Yes, we have a photo ID and then we also have the uniforms.
Okay.
And when we're on duty, we have the animal control truck as well.
Yeah, it's not a truck. That's great.
As soon as I
would
send
recognize it.
their paperwork into, they also get an ID showing through the state.
For the state.
They get a certificate. We shrink it down so it can be laminated. And they have that too. Is there anything that you guys need that we can help you with?
I've never done this for Templeton, so I come from Ashburnham, Westminster, Hubbardston, and Gardner.
Mhm.
So I don't know yet because I haven't done them.
Okay.
But these ladies have, so.
Well, I know that we used to help you keep the list.
Mhm.
Anytime I see something, like one time I was working on Patriots Road and felt 1,000 eyes staring at me. And I turned around and there was a whole bunch of goats, didn't even know that they had them. So we add to the list of where barn inspections need to be done.
We're always adding to it. We have the original list and then, if we go to a call for a dog and they have chickens and we'll note it, okay, they have chickens, they'll be getting a barn, an inspection in the fall. And the people that sell eggs, you take note of it that, and go do those inspections. Right, yeah.
Hopefully they have chickens. if they're
Some people have
selling
been like, how did you know? How did you know I had chickens? Well, I saw the chickens in the front yard when I was driving by. It's that simple,
And you do the barn inspections in the fall, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, any other questions?
No, it was basically curiosity.
All right, well, we appreciate that you came.
Yeah.
answered
you,
our
guys.
questions for us.
Nice to meet
To
you.
make it official,
Official.
I would like a motion to nominate Sarah Cadden, Cassandra Tompkins, and Kristen Salerno as our barn inspectors / animal control officers.
I'll nominate them.
I will second it.
And I'm in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you, we didn't have to repeat the names.
Yeah, I know.
Sarah,
Why I
Cassandra,
said it
then I'm like, oh
first.
boy, I missed the third one, so. Okay, thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And you
Nice to
guys
meet
know
you
you
all.
can call me if you think of anything
Yes.
that you need,
Yes.
so
Absolutely.
Okay.
yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
thank you
You
ladies
too.
for coming.
That's, we do that yearly, you said?
It will be annually at this point, yep.
All right, on to community septic loan for 215 Otter River. Braun is the last name?
Braun is the last name. The house is owned by both Gregory Braun and Barbara Howard.
Okay.
He has supplied me with everything I need. He has paid for some of this already himself, like the engineer, the perk test, things like that. So he had 3 quotes. He had TMG tractor service was for 25,000. Roddy and Son was for 29,950, and Jim Proplaski was for 25,000. And Mr. Braun has decided to go with Jim Proplaski. And his total loan amount, including Board of Health fees and I'm sorry, there is $450 going for the perk. So his total is 25,850. 450 is for the perk, 400 is for the town permits. And the system needs to be replaced.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what system?
The septic
Just went
system.
right by me, I know. You
Septic
hesitated.
loan for the
Yeah, I
septic
know.
system.
She hesitated, so I'm like, what?
Sorry, I was thinking.
All right.
It doesn't always come naturally.
It's okay. It's been a long Monday. And you have everything that you need, then I would vote or propose that we accept this and let them have that loan.
So I would need a motion to approve Gregory Braun and Barbara Howard of 215 Otter River Road for $25,850.
I can make that motion for Gregory and Barbara.
I will second it.
All in favor.
So instead of chasing you and making you come in, yes, 2 places, please.
Okay.
I have your information on file, so I can notarize it tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right, moving along to the soil evaluator renewal for director letter of employment approval.
So every 3 years, I have to renew my soil evaluator license, and believe it or not, you're signing this letter stating that I am an employee as the Board of Health Director, so I can get $25 a month.
Okay.
So I don't know if you need, I don't think you need a motion. It's just a letter verifying that I still am employed by your board.
Okay.
Should we make a motion, to make it official? or
Sure, why not?
Make a motion.
I will
But
second.
Lori said no, and I will say yes, and I'll sign that. That was easy. When is so to take the class, you have to be employed by somebody?
I
Or
am,
you
I
already-
take continuing education courses. In fact, I have to go to one on Wednesday because I'm missing half a point.
Oh. Yeah, we have
So annoying. I
our
do the same thing.
continuing ed, if you get audited, they don't like a half a point.
I need the half a point.
I know, it's crazy, right? Okay. All right, we were all in favor of that. I will sign that. Moving right along to communicable disease reporting.
Okay, so during the weeks of March 3rd, 24 through 3/16/24, there was 29 molecular COVID tests recorded for Templeton. Of those 29 tests, 4 were positive. The state reports that Templeton currently has less than 5 positive COVID cases for those weeks. But again, this information does not include any home tests that may or may not have been taken or been positive. So everybody, anyone who's watching, it's still the regular thing, just like the regular flu or anything else. Wash your hands, wipe down areas that are frequently touched, wall plates, switch plates, things like that. And other than that, there have been no other reports of communicable diseases for those 2 weeks. Just
No
COVID.
monkeypox?
No monkeypox, no,
Oh,
nothing at the,
No respiratory, because it was just something today.
I,
Respiratory.
actually, I just read that, and I'm gonna put it on the weekly report. It's a link for the new CDC
For the guidelines.
guidelines for respiratory, ailments. And it's just a watered down version of what you're already doing.
Yeah,
You know, if you're sick, stay home. Don't spread it.
yeah. It's good to see numbers coming down.
You know, Templeton's been pretty good. I mean, if people are doing home tests, whatever, but it's really the same thing. If you're compromised, you can get really sick from anything that you're exposed to. It's not just COVID. COVID is a flu.
Yeah.
They're all coronaviruses.
Yeah.
So treat it the same.
I think people are actually staying home. I might be wrong on that.
No, I think
I
you're
know
right.
Still at work, they're calling in, they're saying I can't come in. They could be lying and just don't want to come to their dental appointment, but I think people are being responsible, I hope.
Oh,
So,
technically, I don't want somebody coughing in my face while I'm waiting on them. Nobody does. So, you know,
no.
I have that every day, all day.
you work with kids, Laura. You can't help that.
Can't help it, it happens.
You can't help that.
Oh, alright, comments, just Laura and I are gonna take the training in Marlboro and.
On the 20th?
On the 20th.
I don't, I haven't signed up yet because I have a
Yeah, I found out there's a baby shower, so that day.
I have a wedding shower.
Well, okay.
What's that getting trained for?
It's just, it's the update. You go, they have it annually. It's through MHOA. It's just basic training for Board of Health members, anybody who wants to go. I sent you an email, but that's okay. I should have texted it to you. If you wanted to go, just, I'll send you the link and you can look at it. I know the answer to that.
Oh, like,
I got that thing.
okay, any members' comments other than that one?
So I'm not a member, but Earl did have a couple questions for
Okay.
me. There are a couple properties. You should know that I have sent out cease and desist orders, and it's basically correction orders for 2 properties on Bridge Street. We are trying to catch up with all of the trash in town, and I can only do so many at one time. I can try and get them to comply right away. And once they get a violation letter, it kind of goes in the queue. If they're not compliant, then we have to talk about going to court. Both violation letters have the fees in them, as they have been given 60 days to make a noticeable difference. And that really comes from the junk and debris bylaw. It gives them 60 days. So I will update you next meeting and let you know. Neither one of them has contacted me yet. The letters went out last week. So on Thursday, I think. So they might not have really got a
Yeah,
good look at it.
mail has been like super slow.
We've been having problems. Yeah.
Cause I even know I meant, well, I said the mailman didn't take it up. Mailbox. It was windy and I found it in the floorboard of this porch. They
Ouch.
stuck the mail in, but didn't take it off. And I think that released it a little bit, but whatever, I don't know what happened. And then I mailed it from Lunenburg to go to Air and it took over a week to get there.
Yeah, I don't think it's our local
It's
post
not local, it's
offices.
just
No,
everybody,
because,
So
yeah,
what's going on?
It's the bird flu.
but
It might be.
we're still working, we're working on junk and debris in a lot of areas, and sometimes it's not enough for us to do a violation order, but
I was impressed. I drove by Turley Lane the other day. There's
Mhm.
something there, so.
Yep.
I was very impressed. Like Tom and I both noticed it at the same time, so he went, wow.
Yeah,
So it looks great.
I'd also like to think about, I've been talking to Bob Sozik in our highway superintendent and our town administrator, Adam Lamontagne, about doing something in April on Earth Day.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a roll-off dumpster and place it at 25 Central Street where that garage is, and do some more cleanup and invite people to bring things that they pick up from the road or wherever to put in the dumpster too, because there should be room. So we're working on that,
Okay,
and we'll let people
Awesome.
know as soon as I know exactly what's happening.
our next meeting is on Earth Day,
Mm-hmm,
April 22nd.
yes, it is.
Hey. All right, anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, then I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:20.
Second.
In favor of that, Earl?
Sure.
All right, 7:20.